Good morning, students. Hello, am I audible? Hello, let me share the screen. Okay, I think this is visible to you. Now, we will start our next lecture. So, up till now, we had seen industrial engineering, then broader areas, then what are the different focuses, functions of the management. Then, lastly, in the last lecture, we had finished the types of production system. Okay, in the production system, we had seen basic three types. One is job production, second one is batch production, and third one is the continuous production. Okay, these three types we had seen. So in detail, hello, hello. So in detail, we had discussed about these three types of production system. One was job production system, then batch production system, and third one is the continuous production system. So one by one, we had talked about all these things, all these systems. The different examples of job production systems are shipbuilding, civil engineering work, process equipment works, dies manufacturing. So these are the examples of job production system. Then if we discuss the batch production system, its applications are or the examples are furniture industries or cloth industry or the medicine industry. Then if we discuss the continuous production system, then its examples or the applications are chemical production, oil production, petrol production, fertilizers production, different manufacturing of the machine components, manufacturing of the fan, bulbs, electrical items. All these comes under the continuous production system. Okay, or the it is also called as a mass production system or flow production system. Now today we will discuss the next. Hello, am I audible? Hello, hello. Yes, it is visible. So in the next part, we will see the what are the different contributions of a different scientist in the area of an industrial engineering. Okay, so very first, very uh, scientist who has contributed in the industrial engineering is F.W. Taylor. Now you may have listened about this particular scientist. Basically, he is known as father of an scientific management. He has contributed very heavily so that he is known as a father of an scientific management. He has contributed for defining the various functions of an management system. He has introduced various functions. He has modified various previous functions over there in the management system. Then he has put forth important, very important concepts which we are going to study, which are like method study, work measurement, selection, division of labor, and industrial relations. So prior to Mr. Taylor, there were very few contributions in this particular area. Very few people have contributed over here. But Mr. Taylor has added very, very, very fantastic concepts, and not only the fantastic one, but the very productive concepts and very important from the industrial engineering point of view. So he has introduced those concepts. We can say that the different concepts are method study, work measurement, different labor selection, labor division, and whatever the relations. Hello, whatever the relations are there in the industrial departments, those relations he has introduced. Then he has replaced the thumb rule with the advanced science for each element of man's work. Whatever an worker or whatever an layman is doing on the basis of an advanced science, he has replaced that particular thumb rule. He insisted for training of an recruited manpower. He insisted for an training of an recruited manpower and division of the work. Means whosoever is there, whosoever worker is there, or whosoever labor is there, he needs to undergo with some sort of a training, and that training can be related with the whatever work he is going to do, but that particular person must go must undergo with an training so that he will be in a position to serve an particular industry in a better manner. Then second thing what he did the division of work. Now it is not the thing that if one work is done by one person with some sort of skills, with some sort of uh, required time, everybody will perform like him only. So each individual is an having different sets of an say skills, isn't it? Say for an example, if we discuss about you people, some of you might be good in mathematics, some of you might be good in geography, some of you might be good in literature, but it is not the mandatory thing that everybody should be master in all. So whomsoever is has mastery in that particular field or in that particular work, he should be given that particular work only. So division of work has to be done, and that is what is uh, Taylor has insisted in the industry. Okay, then one of the remarkable contribution by the Taylor was financial inactive plan, which is well known as Taylor's differential piece rate method. So this is also an biggest contribution done by the Taylor. Then second scientist who has done contribution in addition to Taylor is nothing but the Gilbert, Mr. Gilbert. Gilbert has put up the very much important relationship between operator's output and his physical efforts. Just like Taylor has done division of the work. So same example we will continue, isn't it? Say for an example, one person A is there. If he is capable of lifting a job of 10 kg, and if he is able to do transportation of that particular job from one place to another place in, say for example, 15 minutes of time. You're getting the example. If person A is lifting a 10 kg of a job and he is transporting that particular job from one place to another place within 15 minutes of time. Okay. So person B will be there who could not even lift that particular 10 kg of weight, isn't it? Forget about the transportation of it. Person C will be there if he somehow could manage the lifting that particular 10 kg load. But for the same transportation from one place to another place, he requires 30 minutes. Person D is there if who is having a good physical what we can say structure, he has good body, he has good ability, then he can lift that particular 10 kg very easily, and he can transport that particular 10 kg weight from place 1 to place 2 within 5 minutes. So likewise, Gilbert has put up his what we can say thought in establishing the relationship between the operator's output and his physical efforts. So this is what is the mandatory thing which an industry should look out for. So second contribution what Gilbert has done, he emphasized motion study as an part of an work analysis. So in the work analysis, he has focused or he has given the importance on the motion study. Then he classified micromotions into 17 different patterns. These divisions are called as an Derblings. Then Gilbert, along with his wife, put up revolutionary concept of human factory in the industry. Then In continuation with the motion study, Gilbert concluded the principles of an motion economy. He was responsible for a developed concept of an micro motion study using camera, which helps in a measure of an time for short cycle of jobs. So this is what Gilbert has contributed in the field of industrial engineering. Okay, that's it for this particular lecture. Students, I hope you are getting all the things what we are trying to discuss. Uh, if you have any sorts of suggestions, if you have any sorts of thing which you want me to add, you want me to include, you want me to delete from this particular thing, uh, online lecture series, then please feel free to talk to me. Your feedback is quite important for improving this technique. That's it for this lecture. Thank you. Thank you so much.